understand why men go after like females for their body count. Like you don't see us females going after your body count. Tell me your body count. Tell me your body count. I think it's the same shit. We're both human beings. It's still nasty.
Men aren't insecure for asking about body count. They are rational for caring about paternity, commitment, and risk. Let me say something that every rational man should agree with. If a woman gets angry, offended, or defensive when a man asks about her body count, that reaction alone answers the question. And the reason this conversation is so explosive isn't because men are wrong, it's because men are no longer pretending not to see the patterns. This is not about insecurity. This is not about control. And this is not about shaming. This is about biological risk, long term outcomes, and the truth. And if that already makes you uncomfortable, good, because you are exactly where this conversation needs to start. And before I break all this down, please support the cause. Support it by subscribing and turning on the notifications, especially if you're a man who is tired of being told your standards are toxic the moment they inconveniences someone else. So, welcome to the channel. This channel is for men who want clarity, not permission. Now, let's talk. Because you just saw the clip. She says, I don't understand why men care about body count. We don't ask you. It's nasty. We are both human beings. That sounds fair until you apply biology, incentives, and reality instead of feelings. Let's unpack this calmly because calm truth hits harder than yelling. Every man watching this has learned something the hard way. The moment you ask a question that actually matters to you, you are shamed for asking it. You're told, why do you care? That's insecure. That's misogynistic. The past doesn't matter. But I want you to notice something interesting. Men are allowed to be judged on income, on height, on status, on confidence, on ambitions, on sexual competence, on emotional availability, on leadership, on provision, all from the very first interaction. Yet the moment a man asks about sexual history, suddenly it's nasty. Men aren't confused. We are just noticing which standards are allowed and which ones aren't. Now let's start with the part they skip intentionally, which is biology. Because biology does not care about TikTok opinions. Men and women are not the same reproductively. A woman always knows the child is hers. A man never has that certainty without trust. That single fact shaped male math selection for thousands of years. So when a man cares about sexual exclusivity, past behavior, impulse control, pair bonding ability, that's not insecurity. That's evolutionary risk management because high body counts correlate with lower long term pair bonding, higher infidelity rates, higher divorce possibility, lower relationship satisfaction on average. These aren't insults, these are just patterns. And men who ignore patterns pay for it later, emotionally, financially, legally. The second part they avoid is value from birth versus value built. Nobody wants to say it out loud, but I will. Women are born with inherent sexual value, men are born with none. A woman doesn't even have to earn attention, she receives it naturally. A man has to build himself to be noticed. Men's value is tied to what they provide, what they protect, what they build, what they sacrifice. Women's value, whether people like it or not, is heavily influenced by youth, by fertility, by sexual selectivity, by reproductive exclusivity. That's why a woman is born at the top of the mountain and is judged by how low she falls, while a man is born at the bottom of the mountain and is judged by how high or how far he climbs. That's not moral judgment, that's biological reality. So when men ask about body count, they are not trying to shame, they are assessing long term compatibility and risk. Now, this is very important. Here's why women don't ask men about body count. Because in the video, she says, we don't ask you about your body count. That's true, and that's exactly why. Because men and women prioritize different things. Women don't ask about body count because men's reproductive risk is lower. Men's sexual access is harder to obtain. Man's past doesn't threaten maternity certainty. Women judge men on future security. Men judge women on past behavior. That's not hypocrisy. That's complementary mathing strategy. And pretending otherwise doesn't make it go away. It just makes relationships fail later. But unfortunately, here's the move that always happens. When men ask about body count, they are called insecure. They are called controlling. They are called immature. Why? Because shaming is easier than accountability. If body count truly didn't matter, there will be no emotional reaction to that question. Easy, simple. Neutral things don't trigger anger. Now, bro, let me tell you how this usually ends up. Men who ignore their standards, they get cheated on, they get divorced, they lose access to their kids, they get told you should have known better. But men who hold on to their standards, they get shamed early, which is okay, but they filter aggressively. They avoid chaos. They build peaceful lives. One part hurts early, the other part destroys slowly. And men are waking up to this trade off. That's the most amazing thing. Now, here's the truth no one is taking away, no matter how many TikToks, how many things you do. Sex has different long term consequences for men and women. That's why societies across history encourage female sexual selectivity, commitment before access, structure around intimacy. And that was done not to control women, but to stabilize families, to stabilize children, and to stabilize men. When that structure collapses, everyone loses, especially women who want long term commitment later. That's the unfortunate thing. So, men asking about body count is not punishment, it's information gathering. Now, bro, I want you to listen carefully. You are not wrong. You are not broken. You are not behind the times. You are responding logically to a culture that wants your responsibility without your standards. And you don't need permission to care about what you care about. This channel isn't for people who think men should sacrifice their future in order to protect someone else's feelings. This channel is for men who understand that standards are not hatred, they are self respect. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's fine. But if you've been waiting for someone to say this calmly, clearly, and without apology, you are not alone, bro. Smash the subscribe button and let the comment section sort themselves out. Share with your brother who needs to watch this, and see you in the next one. Copy that.